Hello and welcome to Luke Allen's DES206 Digital Prototype video. This was built in Figma and the game was called Atro Bots, with a heavy focus around the UI, specifically leaning towards looking into how I can address colour blindness and auditory impairment, also known as deafness. So if we click play from the main menu screen, we'll be granted with this screen here, which is the player selection screen. The idea is that the little blue highlight would appear on whichever button you're hovering over in the game, because it is intended for console, specifically Switch. As you can see, currently all our players are using the one controller. We do have the option to move over to play all controllers. To fit the brief though, I'm going to have to use one controller. It gives you a quick description on how to play and defines who the player is, what colour they are, and what shape they are. So player 1 is a circle, player 2 is a triangle, and so on. So if we click play, it's going to take us to the main screen. Here you can see that our player, which is player 1 currently, is highlighted with a overhead marker that is the same color as the player. And essentially what we can do is we can have the option to swap to the next player or to use the interactables. So if we use the interactable, you can see it brings up the minigame page. This is what the minigame would look like. It has the minigame directly in the middle with whatever the minigame is in the middle. The previous scene is still behind, as you can see around the sides, and the core UI that needs to be kept is also there. As you can see, the timer will tick down and each player has 30 seconds. If we move over to the next one, we have another minigame, and it would be random depending on how they proceed. I couldn't unfortunately program these into Figma, the minigames, to work. However, I did make an in-engine prototype to show that off. So now you can see both the interactables are gone after we have interacted with them, and our time is running low. So our time has now run out and we'll have to swap to the next player. So it's telling us that player 1 needs to swap to player 2, and it gives us 3 seconds. And now we are playing as player 2. And that's the end of the demonstration there. I will move over into Unity now to show you the mechanical side. So here we are in Unity now. As I was quite limited in Figma, I couldn't move the characters around or do anything properly the way I wanted to. So here you can see the character moving around, how it would in the space. You can see on the left side the player list and the player timer counting down alongside the global timer, and also the swap button. If we go to the interactable, the little white square there, it comes up with a random minigame. You can choose between 2, so there will be some repetition that comes up, but this should get the user experience across very quickly. And as you see, we've run out of time, so we'll swap to the next player in line, which now we are playing as player 2. And now if I choose to automatically skip to the next player, you can see the time hasn't gone down and we'll swap. And now we are playing as the next player. And we can play the minigame. And again, that disappears for each and every one. Thank you for listening.